Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about Week Two's Wednesday Power of Veto episode of Big Brother 28. Last time on Big Brother, Devins threw down at the HOH Hoedown, and at the nomination ceremony, when he nominated Lyric, Melody, and Jason, there was a fight. Before I dive in, links in the description to my playlist to catch up on my previous recaps and rankings. If you like the content, consider liking, subscribing, and commenting what you thought of this episode. But let's dive into it. We pick back up where we left off. Players are still fighting. Angela calls an impromptu house meeting, saying Jason is a messy Big Brother wannabe player, calling Jason out, saying Jason was using his sexuality to play on her emotions, and telling him to zip it. He calls her an evil stepmother and dares her to scramble his eggs. She tells everyone that Jason told her he was worried about not fitting in because he's gay. Then he made a face at the camera like, Her egg hat falls off. He shouts, "Pick up your hat, diva." Angela says she got her costume because America loves her and wants to protect her, and that every time he makes a face at the camera, America is laughing at him. Mallory is gagged. Jason tells America, "If we want to, we can hate this messy bitch." Devins kindly hands Angela her hat back and tries to adjourn the ceremony, but players again are fighting. Haley calls Jason out for telling her he wants to go for the girls and Rome, with Devins backing her up on that. Jason says he was lying to Devins, and Devins fell for it. Devins looks back to the nomination screen with Jason's face on it and was like, "No, I didn't." But there's more fighting. Angela turns to Rome, calling out Rome for throwing Lala to the wolves for nominations. Rome says Angela had her monologue. It's his turn. He explains to the group that he boiled down his list of allies, which is why Lala's name came up. With that, Devins finally ends this crazy nomination ceremony. This was wild. There were some touchy subjects brought up, especially in Angela's blow up to Jason, and if her points weren't spot on and accurate, it would have looked so bad, but she was spitting facts. But wait, fighting erupts again when Rome calls Haley a snarky bitch and unbearable as a human being. Players disperse around the house. Melody is upset that she's nominated and feels alone in the game. She's being hard on herself for her whole game. Drew tells her, "You better chill."
You better lay low. You better lay low. You better lay low.
Jason admits to Angela that he did make faces to the camera. He apologizes, but says the feelings he expressed were genuine. Angela tries to laugh it off with him and tells him to stop being a messy bitch. But Angela tells us no matter what he does, the whole house knows what a messy bitch he is. Latrice is very upset for her role in this. She feels betrayed and blindsided by Rome. Taylor consoles her and tells Lala, "You better lay low.
You better chill. You better lay low.
There's something wrong with me.
You better shut up.
In HOH, Dee and Devins rejoice in the drama they caused. Dee calls this chaos a dream come true and tells Devins this is the best day of her life, even better than winning Survivor. Chuck and Kamu support Haley, who was just called a snarky bitch, but they're all very happy with this drama. Rome is devastated. He apologizes to Lala and breaks down to us about it. She accepts his apology, but tells us she doesn't trust him anymore. Rome is trying to play it cool, telling Devins it's all fine because he kept his word in keeping Rome off the block, but everything Rome does makes Devins more sure that he wants Rome out of the game. Angela apologizes to Devins for ruining his meeting, and the icons all laugh it off. Devins reassures them that he still wants to backdoor Rome. They join hands for a joking prayer, laden with egg jokes, asking the BB gods for forgiveness. Elsewhere, Melody tells Lyric that she doesn't trust Rome, but Lyric isn't trying to hear it. She thinks they should be focusing on the veto comp at this time, but Melody has fully decided she needs to reconsider her alliances. So Melody meets with Devins, emotionally telling him she's a free agent and her only real ally is Drew. They agree to try to work together, but Devins is still worried that she'll pull Drew's loyalty from him, and Melody doesn't respect Devins for nominating two little girls. Rome and Lyric weep. Rome assures Lyric he's going to be in love with her no matter what happens. Everyone else is on week 2 of Big Brother. These two are on week 7 of Love Island. Jason joins them to also weep. Rome tells them their best move right now is for Rome to win the veto and save Lyric. By the way, they are in the have-not room, and this show didn't show how the have-nots were picked, who are the have-nots. They are suffering for no reason. Why are we doing this to these people? Let these miserable lovebirds eat. Players are picked for the veto competition. Devins and his nominees will play alongside Eggula and Barrett. Rome was not picked, which crushes his plans of being his baby girl Lyric's hero. At this point, that veto's probably getting used. Rome is pissed, and Drew is trying his best to still play both sides and make Rome feel like he has his back. Rome's goal at this point is to try not to be on the block with Lyric. Devins is already carving Rome's tombstone in his mind. He and his allies are deciding how they want to do it to him, weighing their options of who to remove from the block with the veto. Drew pushes for his buddy and likely crush Melody to be saved. Heading to the veto competition in the time machine, they're heading to 1967. Drew can't resist reacting to 6-7. The 60s put them on their hippy dippy shit. Lala has a good thing going with the sitar player. Lala puts on a show as the host of this competition. This was truly a great performance hosting. I couldn't even focus on the rules. Latrice should host this show instead of Julie Chen. Players will have to search for groovy puzzle pieces and assemble them on their board. The first player to correctly solve this and buzz in will win the power of veto. They get started. Jason quickly gets the hang of it, but Melody sucks at this and hates it. Jason is getting close to finishing. Devins then tells us it's all clicking for him when he's obviously looking over and copying Jason's puzzle. Devins' puzzle was clicking for him the way my high school calculus homework was clicking for me 5 minutes before class in the hallway. So Devins plagiarizes Jason, finishing very quickly and buzzing in first, winning the power of veto. Jason tells us he doesn't want to kiss Devins' slouchy Adam Sandler wannabe ass. Angela struggles as the egg. She claims she hates it in the diary room, but I know she really loves it. She tells us she feels claustrophobic. She also has a sexy egg white pajama set that she says looks like a pilgrim that just stepped off the Mayflower. In bed, Rome and Lyric whisper sweet nothings to each other, calling each other baby, baby, baby. Didn't I do it for you, Romy? They plot to stage a breakup and act like they don't love each other. Lyric is down for this plan because it means more hugs, more cuddles, and more kisses. With that motivation, Lyric gets to work, flirting heavily with Yash and Chuck, jumping on them, touching them, then running back and fondling her man in secret. Lyric is telling everyone that Rome has put her in this position, and now he's broken up with her. But many aren't buying this ruse, including Drew. But Lyric meets with Devins, asking Devins to take her off the block and nominate Rome in her place, saying she's standing up for herself, promising Devins that she'll always be a number for him. The diary rooms really helped to paint the picture that Lyric was on top of things this day. Nothing is stopping her from getting those cuddles and hugs and kisses. She leaves. Devins completely believes everything she said. Melody makes an attempt to save herself, telling Devins that everyone wants him to nominate Rome. She asks to be saved with the veto. Devins reassures Melody she'll be fine either way and tells Melody he may be able to save face with Rome if he saves Lyric. Melody tries to tell Devins that Rome is going to be mad at Devins no matter what he does. Drew makes one more push for Devins to save Melody and just have Rome on the block with his two closest allies, telling Devins he thinks the whole breakup is fake. The icons deliberate. Angela thinks the best plan is to save Melody, but Dee wants to save Lyric and try to gain Lyric's loyalty. They see Lyric as a weaker player than Melody, which leads us to the veto meeting, where Devins announces he's using the veto to take Lyric off the block and replaces her with her baby, Rome. Devins tells us he did this because he trusts Lyric more than he trusts Melody. So with that, we have Jason, Melody, and Rome on the block heading into the Thursday eviction, and this was one of the best Wednesday episodes in a while. I loved all the drama, but I'm feeling frustrated by this decision. Devins got bamboozled by Lyric. He told us he saved her because he trusts her when we just watched her lie and lie and lie. She played him so bad, and I will be remembering all of this when I do my rankings this week. These final nominations stress me out. At this point, I've become a Melody stan and a Mellaroo shipper, the way I will be watching the feeds all night on Melody Watch, making sure she's minding her P's and Q's. How I want this Thursday show to go, I want Melody to win the blockbuster and Rome evicted. But I think Rome will win the blockbuster and Jason will be evicted. If we lost Jason without ever getting the Selena drag show in the house, we at home lose. Somewhere in that house, there is a big wig collecting dust. So that's all I have to say about this episode. I'll be back tomorrow to recap the Thursday eviction show and do my week 2 player rankings, and we'll see what Julie's wearing. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of this week's episode, Devin's veto win, and his choice to save Lyric and nominate Rome? And what do you think Julie will be wearing tomorrow? I think she'll be wearing a bright yellow or orange flirty dress to recreate the new La La Land poster with Les. If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing. Until next time, you know where to find me. Bye.